WTOP 10 presents the Student Association Debate. Here is Maddie Durant.
Hello and welcome everyone to the 2023 SUNY Oswego Student Association Presidential Debate. I'm Maddie Durant and I will be your moderator today. So let's get into the rules of the debate. Each candidate will start by giving a 1-minute opening statement, and after that I will ask a series of questions for each candidate. They will each get 1 minute and 30 seconds to respond. At the end of the debate, each candidate will get 1 minute for a closing statement. We ask that the candidates stay civil in their responses. And with that, it is time to meet the candidates. Our first candidate is the SA Senator at Large, Dylan DeShenzi, and our second candidate running for president is Austin Davis. Thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get started with your opening statements. You're each going to have 1 minute, and Dylan, you're up first.
Hi guys, you probably have met me in some way or form, have at least seen me. I'm a senator and I have been a senator for the last 3 years in SA. I've wanted to be president for a little while now, and I hope to represent you all as much as I've been representing you all still. Not really.
Okay, thank you so much. And Austin, your opening statement?
Hi, my name is Austin. I'm from Peru, New York, just south of Plattsburgh. I'm here as a dual major in economics and philosophy, politics, and economics with a minor in business administration. For other activities that I do here on campus, for student involvement, player on the men's tennis team. I also coach the women's ACHA Division II club hockey team. And then last semester I was a staffer for Vote Oswego, a civic engagement course.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us today, and we're going to get right into the questions for you. So our first question, Austin can start on the answer for this. Could you talk about your goals for the office? What do you want to get done? What's your philosophy coming into the position? Just what's your overall goal for this?
Yeah, absolutely. Possibly my loftiest goal as president I'd like to improve the safety on our campus. It's been brought to my attention by a number of people that some people don't feel quite as safe at night walking around campus, whether it's back from the library or wherever. We do have the Rave Guardian app, and that's something great. It's a great improvement and something that our school has installed. Though many people either A, don't have the app installed, B, may not know the university police phone number on campus to call in case of an emergency. So I feel like bringing back like a blue light system that we see at a lot of other SUNY schools and other private schools as well would be a great implementation. As for my philosophy coming into this position, keeping a very open mind with it. I'm a very person who likes to hear all sides of the story. I like to hear everybody's views at least once and give everybody a chance. And I really understand all perspectives of a story before taking action.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And Dylan, your turn, same question. Can you talk about your goals for the office, what you want to get done, and what your philosophy coming into this position is?
So I want to find a way for student leaders and organizations to be able to speak to and be acknowledged by the SUNY Oswego administration. Because I've heard from a lot of people that they have a lot of frustrations regarding safety and their own well-being and certain speakers coming to town and stuff like that. And it's not really up to SA to decide these sorts of things. It's more or less up to the SUNY Oswego administration to decide these things. And so I want to try and facilitate a proper environment where students are able to speak their mind freely and openly and to be acknowledged by the SUNY Oswego administration. Additionally, safety is a really important thing for me, and I want to make sure this campus is a safe place for everybody on campus, regardless of who you are or what you are. I want to make sure that all organizations on campus feel welcome and acknowledged and respected by SA, and that everyone has a chance to shine.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And the next question we have, I'm sorry, we'll actually be going to a break really quick, but we will be back so soon. Thank you for joining us. Stay right with us.
Jill
Should we
told me it
tell
was
him?
Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
It's Al Roker.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel too. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTLP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTLP.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like,
No.
what do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 2023 Student Association Presidential Debate. Let's jump right back into the questions. Okay, so our second question, Dylan, you're going to begin with this one. Many student clubs and organizations on campus are concerned about budget issues. Taking into account the needs of each different club and organization, how will you run this process, and how will you make sure that the allocation of funds is equitable?
That's a very good question. So last year I was a part of the Budget Council. This year I wasn't because I was chair of Involvement Committee, and so I couldn't be a part of Budget Council at all. But I try to inform clubs that I work with and know, and every club that I come into contact with about budget season happening, and I try to give them pointers and heads up and tips to make sure that the budgets they submit are well received by Budget Committee, because I know what they like and what they don't like. And then additionally, I try to help them out if they have any questions regarding the Budget Council, regarding their budgets, and if they can change it in some way or form. Following that, I hope that, I'm trying to find the words for this, sorry. To make sure the budgets are equitable and everything like that, I want to make sure that we look at the budgets we receive in Budget Council reasonably and equally, and with the same amount of respect we give to every other club on campus. And we would define our reasons as to why we make the decisions we do very well and very reasonably.
Okay, great, thank you so much. And Austin, your answer to the question.
Yes. Going into the position, obviously, I'd have to take a look and see how the budget's being allocated now and what improvements need to be made. Understandably, every organization requires funding and all that, and that there are certain organizations that are in desperate need. Others may have a little extra money at the end of the year. So it's about finding, I think, who needs what and all that, and just allocating better allocation of resources. So of course that will come with seeing Budget Committee and how they like their budgets and everything. And of course I would be more than supportive of any organization that came to me asking for help on the budget or advice, how to improve it to make it better, well received to the Budget Committee, and helping them get the resources that they need for their organization.
Great, thank you so much. And we do have a follow-up question to that previous question. Austin, you'll begin on this one. I know you both mentioned that you have previous experience working with the Student Association and other organizations on campus. Could you describe a little bit more about your involvement with these clubs and organizations and how you think that these will make you a strong and effective leader?
Yes. So as previously mentioned, I play on the men's tennis team. I've been doing that since freshman year. Other organizations that I've been a part of include Alpha Phi Omega, a community service honors fraternity on campus that's co-ed, as well as coaching being the goalie coach for the ACHA women's hockey team. Between all of that, and as well as Vote Oswego with civic engagement on campus, I feel like it's made me a very well-rounded person between both athletics, civic engagement, as I mentioned, but then also a little bit of Greek life. I feel like I have a very well understanding of different aspects and how different organizations lead and how they create their leadership. So I feel like that, because of that well-roundedness, makes me a strong candidate.
Great, thank you so much. And Dylan, your turn?
So I've been a senator for like the last 3 years, so I'm very familiar with how SA works on the inside and on the outside. Additionally, I've been a part of many different organizations on campus, including but not limited to the Atlantic Planning Committee, 2.5, Black Student Union. I mean, I've really been a part of them, but I've attended their programs every single week from here on out, and I've been trying to make it to every single meeting I possibly can. And I don't really come home until 9 p.m., so I know what it's like to struggle. And I'm very familiar with all the orgs on campus, and I try to go out to a lot of programs and events to support. And yeah.
Great, thank you. Okay, and on to our next question. Dylan, this will be your question to answer first. SUNY Oswego is soon set to get a new president. As the president of the Student Association, how are you going to work with the new president to make sure that all students are represented at SUNY Oswego?
So back to like my prior statement I made about like my big goal of trying to find a way to facilitate a conversation and like a forum between the SUNY Oswego administration and the student body and student leaders and all that sorts of stuff. I wanted to try to do that first to ensure that students are heard and acknowledged by the people who matter most on this campus, honestly. And if that all fails, I will still listen and advocate for student leaders on campus, regardless of who they say or who they say it towards. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Okay, Austin, your response.
Yes. So I've personally attended a couple of the info sessions and student Q&A sessions for the new president, all of which look very promising. And I've had conversations with all of them so far, whether it be remote or in person for the ones I was able to make it to. You know, being with Vote Oswego last semester really allowed me to introduce myself to the administration here on campus. So I think being in a presidential role for a student association and for all students, really strengthening those bonds between the students and the administration here on campus.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And for our next question, we'll have Dylan answer first. Attitude really is everything in this job, especially. You're going to be working with people who you may not agree with. How will you approach situations like this, and what kind of attitude do you plan to bring into the position?
I will try to be as reasonable as possible when dealing with different opinions, and I'll try to hear them out and listen to them. I'm known to be pretty nonchalant about most things, but I think deeply about what I say and how I say things all the time, so much so that I more often than not just give nonverbal like gestures and like ways of speaking. I don't really talk that often. So if I try to keep a positive attitude though, and also one of reason and of like we can do this, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Austin?
Yeah, so I'm a big believer in the idea that everybody's always able to work together. Two sides should always be able to come and agree on at least something. So between my personality and then also as in the nature of my philosophy, politics, and economics major, those two combined, like I really like to hear all sides of the story. I'm very hesitant to act on it, something where if it's brought to me and like somebody's like, okay, here's this, here, like this is what like my perspective or something like that is always kind of nice to hear. Okay, well let's hear the other person's perspective. Want to hear both sides because between the two, there's always common ground. So I'm very hesitant to act on just like a quick out of the blue statement or something like that. So I'm very patient, very laid back as Dylan is. And yeah, between that and then also like the ability to recognize that there's common ground between everyone. There's really no need to argue and clash with everyone that you meet. You know, you can work well together. And that's what I'd like to do as president, is really just kind of unite the student body as one.
Great, thank you so much. And for our next question, we do have a quick lightning round one. Could you keep your answers to 45 seconds or less, please? A little bit of a challenge, but I think you guys can do it. What is your favorite part of SUNY Oswego, and what is one thing that you would fix if you could? Oh, I'm so sorry. Dylan will start on this one.
My favorite part about SUNY Oswego is meeting all the different people and different organizations on campus. If I could improve one aspect, though, I would probably improve the SUNY Oswego bylaws regarding hate speech on campus. It's really weird that hate speech is sort of allowed on campus in some way or form, and I've been trying to fight against that for a while now.
Okay, great. Thank you. Austin?
I mean, one thing I like is the options that are available to students on campus. Students are able to join over 200 organizations on campus and to even create their own. On my way in here, I saw the poker club, and I was like, wow, I've never seen that before. And so I think it's great that students are able to come up with their own organizations and really like express themselves and like have a good time with each other. Something I would fix on campus, kind of going back to what I mentioned earlier, was the safety. You know, installing just a new method or something to keep students safe on campus, make them at least feel safer going out at night, because all students deserve to feel safe and be comfortable in their environment, and that's where students really excel, is when they're comfortable in their environment.
Great, well thank you so much for both of your responses, and that's all for the second part of our debate. Stay tuned, we'll be back for more.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel too. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTLP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTLP.
welcome back to the 2023 Student Association Presidential Debate. Let's hear our final two questions of the night. Our first one, Dylan, you're going to start. A lot of the time, the students feel that their voices are not heard by the faculty. How will you make sure that students' voices are heard by people in power? And could you please answer this in 30 seconds or less?
So I already work with and talk to a lot of student leaders on campus about a lot of different things. And one of those things is the things you just mentioned. So I will try to advocate for those student leaders on campus and raise their voice on my platform and be able to try and speak to faculty and other advisors and other SUNY Oswego administrative staff to make sure that their voices are heard, because I am also very tired of not having my voice heard as a senator more often than not. And I completely understand them and feel them.
All right, thank you so much. Austin?
Yeah, so obviously most important thing is for students to reach out to faculty first, and because there's nothing like hearing it directly from the students to begin with. That establishes a strong connection between the students and the faculty. However, of course, there are times where my role would come in as kind of that liaison between the student body as a whole and the administration or faculty. With that said, I would love to, as president, I would love to have an open door policy where students are able to come in whenever they please. Also, email, I would encourage students to email me with any issues they have, and I'd be prompt with reaching out to faculty within a timely manner, of course.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, and so for our last question of the night, this semester we did see students speaking up and protesting on both sides of the aisle. The issues that these protests surrounded tended to be very divisive, with a lot of students feeling uncomfortable on the campus. And as president, how would you approach an issue where students feel their voices are not being heard, and how would you provide students on the opposite side of an issue the opportunity to have their voices heard equally? And Austin, you can start with this one.
Yeah, of course. So all students deserve to have their voices heard. No one group should be put over the other. So in this role, it's a really balancing role where you're keeping the balance between power, between student bodies and everything. As I've said earlier, I believe all students should be able to come together and unite and be one with each other and be peaceful. Though, of course, debate and disagreement, of course, is always something that we face as students. So really, I'd be in that balancing role, making sure everybody has a chance to express their feelings, express their point of view, so we can all be heard and make accurate decisions.
Okay, thank you. And Dylan, your response.
So I was involved with the protest that happened regarding Charisse Trump, and I was protesting as well alongside with the students. And I really want to make sure that students' voices are heard regarding this kinds of stuff. Regarding the second part of that question, I do believe that students on the opposite side do deserve to have their voice heard, and I will try to, as president, hear them out, listen to them, and levy with them in some regard. Yeah.
Okay, well, great. Thank you so much for both of your responses. We are going to move on to the closing statements for this debate, and you're each going to get 1 minute for your response. Dylan, you'll be first.
Hey guys, I'm sorry if I didn't really introduce myself that well during the beginning part, but I'm Dylan. I'm a third-year student here at SUNY Oswego. You've probably met me or seen me in some way or form around campus. I'm a zoology major, and I've been in part of SA for the last 3 years, and I've been fighting for you guys ever since then. I'm a big Sade fan. I love Juan Zones, and I have an ex-law named Seymour. Please vote for me.
Great. Thank you so much. Austin, your closing statement?
Yes, so I hope you all get out and get a chance to vote this coming Thursday and Friday. Again, just to reiterate, for myself, I'm a huge believer in balance, equality, and then also I hope to bring a new perspective to this office. I'm aware of some of the aspects of SA, but I'm not as much of an expert as others on this campus. So but given my experience with other organizations and the well-roundedness, I hope to bring a new perspective to it and hopefully improve essay for the better. Always looking for improvement in any way possible. There's always something we can improve.
All right, well, thank you both so much. And we do have one more question. I think this is the most important question of the night. What is your favorite one zone and why? Whoever can start. I guess, Austin, you can start. You look like you're ready.
Can't remember the specific name, but the meat lovers are, it might be the lumberjack, I think. That's my absolute favorite. I go with it every time.
That's quite the fun name. Is that what attracted you to the one zone? Was it the name?
I think I looked at the menu, honestly. Looked at the menu, see what I liked, and went from there. I explored a little bit, of course, my first year here on campus. But after finding that one, I was like, oh, that's it.
All right, very fair. And Dylan, what about you? What's your favorite one zone?
So I'm like an actual artisan when it comes to one zones. So every single week or so, not every single week, but every single time I have a performance as a model on campus. So I would say like the last example being ASO's Battle of the Designers. Immediately after that, I went home and ordered a specially one zone, like the cheese one, and I ordered it with bacon, and then I ordered also with it one of the dessert calzones with the Oreo filling and stuff, and I ordered like 2 of the cannolis, and they're like really, really good.
Sounds quite good. All right, well, thank you
great.
guys so much for joining me tonight, and we really appreciate having you here. Polls for the Student Association will be opening on Thursday, April 27th at 8 a.m. and will be open until Friday, April 28th at 4 p.m. And these 2 candidates will be on the ballot for president, and on the ballot for vice president will be Otega Adjo. To vote, students need to sign into Laker Life. Only SA fee-paying students for the spring semester will be able to complete the vote, so please remember to do this starting Thursday morning on lakerlife.oswego.edu. And that's going to do it for the 2023 Student Association Presidential Debate. I'm your moderator, Maddie Durant, and from all of us here at WTOP 10, thank you for watching.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.